Good morning, all. Is my screen visible to you all? Am I audible to you all? Please, anyone can respond. Can we start the session? Please turn on your mic and say, can we start or ready to go? Oh. So in yesterday's class, you have all came to know about the overview of BIM, Revit, how it is used, how to set up its data and all. Then today we will start with our next concept, creation of, or we usually call it as a architectural modeling. So in that we will be covering today creation of wall types, wall layers, how many types of wall will be there, and how families will be acting upon our models, which are our loadable families or modeling place families. Then after that we will look after the creation of our floor, roof, and types of roofs. And after that we will come through our basic structural modeling, placing of beams, columns, footings and all. Then we'll be going through our visibility graphics, how we can control our view according to our requirement. Okay, so wherever you feel get stuck with the content, so let me know so we can discuss on that particular time itself. Okay, so let's start with the today's topics. So I will start with creating a new project file with the help of template files of Revit. Then I'll go with the architectural. So whenever I go with the architectural, there will be some predefined default settings will be there, which gets activated, which is going to help us to accelerate my work. So that's the reason we always used to go with the templates. So in this defaultly, we will be having two levels. So from where we can come to know about our building height and all. So with that, I'll start my today's session. So before I start to place walls and all, so let me go through the units of my default template or a project file. So I have to change it according to our requirement. So for that, I will press UN. So as soon as I press UN, so units dialog box will get pop up on the screen. So here I have to change area. So area should be in square feet and the unit symbol will take automatically. So after that distance, I want it to be in feet. So I'll change its unit symbol. Then length should be in feet and fractional inches. So I'll take feet and fractional inches. Then volume. Volume should be in cubic feet. So we have to take care of area whenever we want to change its unit. We have to see upon or look on area, length, distance, and value. So these are the some basics or important units we have to change. Okay, I'll press OK. So I'll go to elevation and I will open any one of the elevation as you can see over here. So our units got changed from millimeter to feet and fractional inches. This is how we are going to set up our units according to our requirement. Next one, I want to create few more levels with which indicating our building heights. Okay. So level 0, I'm going to rename it according to my requirement. That will be our ground level. Ground level. So whenever I try to rename it, so it asks for one notification. Would you like to rename corresponding view? If I go with the no, what happens is that whatever the changes I make with respect to the level name, it is going to be get reflected only with respect to that particular view. or that particular elevation. It is not going to be get reflected in our project browser. Okay, so we have to always go with the S. So to not to get confused which level acting on which height. So that's the reason we have to always go with the S, and whatever this box is there, this should be unchecked always. Okay, so I'll press S. As soon as I press S, so whatever the ground level name is there, it is going to be get highlighted in our project browser. Yeah, as you can see over here, that name got getting highlighted over here. So next one is I am going to change its height. So this is our plinth level. We usually take it as 3 feet or standard. So after that, what we have to do? We have to rename it again. We will rename it as plinth level. So I'll click on the interface, and again the pop-up notification will get pop up on the screen. So again I will go with the S. So as you can see over here in our project browser, so we have renamed both of the levels and both names are getting highlighted in our project browser. Now I want to add few more levels to my project. What I have to do is that there are two methods. Okay, so we can go to architectural tool palette. So in that under datum tool set, we have a levels. So in that I will select this one and I'm going to add manually. Okay, so I'm going to add it to 12 feet. Okay, so it will get added to 12 feet from my previous level. Okay, next one is that I will select this particular level. Then you can see over here data tool tab got activated. Okay, and beside that we have a create. So in create we have a create similar. As soon as I click on this, so whatever that particular datum was there or that particular component was there, the same thing will get activated or that particular levels got activated. Then again I will go with the pick a line option. I will take next one as my parapet wall. So let me take it as 4 feet. Okay, and I'm going to add one more level. So this is how we are going to add levels. Next one, what we have to observe over here that, so these two levels colors are different and these two levels colors are different. Why it is that we have just added these two levels which are in inactive state. So we have to activate it. Okay, how to activate it? So select these two levels, go to view. So in view we have a plan views. Click on plan views, go to floor plans, click on this. You can see whichever are in inactive state, those all levels will be visible in this particular dialog box. So I will select both of them and I'll press OK. As soon as I press OK, you can see over here, so that black color levels got converted to blue color levels, and these two levels also getting highlighted in our project browser. What is the next step is? So our next step is to rename these two levels. Okay, so I will click on level name. I'm going to rename it as ground level slab. So as soon as I click on interface or on the screen, so pop-up notification will come as it's asking us, would you like to rename corresponding views? So I will go with S. As soon as I go press S, so that level 2 got renamed as ground level slab. Then next one is level 3 is there. So I'm going to rename it as parapet wall level. So I'll press on screen, I'll go with S. So as you can see over here in the project browser, level 3 is going to be get renamed as plinth parapet wall level. So this is how we are going to add levels to our project. So next step is to add grids. Okay. So for that, I will go to plinth level. I will activate plinth level. And in plinth level, I go to architecture. In architecture, I have a grid. Okay, grid option under data. So I'll select grid option. So first I'll place one grid in horizontal direction. Then I'll go to pick a line. Then I'll add offset of 10 feet. Then I will start to add my grids. This is how I'm going to add my grids, and the numbers will be taken automatically according to the previous numbering system of alphabetical order. So next one, I have to add one more grid horizontal. I'm going to add horizontal grid. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to change its numbering from alphabetical order. So I'm going to change it as A. Then again I'll go to create. In create, we'll go to create similar. I'll go to pick a line. I'm going to take 10 feet as its offset. Then I'm going to add few more grids. Okay. So this is our 5 by 5 grid. So on these grids, we are going to work how to add walls, what are the types of walls, what will be the layer composition, how we are going to add layers, how we are going to change its materials, how we are going to delete layers according to our requirement. Any doubts till now? Any doubts? Okay, so let me continue with the topic. So next time is our addition of walls. So we will start with the placing of walls. So in this, I'll go to architectural tool palette. So under this, we have a wall tool. So the shortcut key for wall tool is WA. Okay, I'll click on this particular wall. So the default wall will get activated. Okay, so let us see how default wall will look like. I'll click on edit type. So in edit type, I will go to preview. So this is our default wall and these are our layers. Okay. So what we have to do is that we have to change its we have to change the layer system according to our requirement. So we usually go with a 9-inch as an outer one and 4 to 4.5 or 5-inch as an inner one. So I have to create two walls. Okay. So in that one will be acting as our exterior wall of a 9-inch and interior wall of a 4.5-inch or a 4-inch. So for that, what I have to do is that, so whatever the components we are going to use in this particular project, for those all we have to duplicate it. Why we have to duplicate these particular components is to that, so not to disturb the global Revit library. So whenever we try to create a duplication or a copy of that particular component, it is going to be get modified only in this particular project itself. It is not going to disturb the library, Revit library, or that particular component across the Revit library. So what I'll be going to do, I'm going to rename it as outer wall, 9-inch. Now I have renamed it. Okay. Now I have to change its structure. Structure in the sense I have to modify its layer thickness. Okay. For that, what I have to do? So under parameter, we have a structure. In value, we have a edit. So in front of structure, we have a edit option. So I'm going to click on this particular edit option. As you can see over here, we have a multiple layers. What we have to do, we have to change its layer system. So according to our whatever the wall we are going to use in India, it usually doesn't contain thermal layer. So I'm going to delete it. Okay, I'll select it, I'll delete. Then what I have to do is that I'm going to change its finish types also. So I'll select on this. So from finish 1 to I'm going to convert it to finish 2. Then I'll change its material. So now what we have done few of the modifications. Next, what we have to do, we have to change its thickness also. So what will be the thickness of our brick? So usually, so total wall thickness is 9 inch. So we usually go with the thickness of 8 inch. So I'm going to go with the thickness of 8 inch for my structure. Structure in the sense core. Core acts as our brick layer. So and finishes will be going with the 0.5 inch. Okay, 0.5 inch and 0.5 inch. So this is how our wall going to look like after giving the exact thickness or uh, uh, according to our requirement. Okay, so I'm going to press OK. So this particular wall has been created. Now what I have to do is that I have to create one more wall which acts as interior wall. For that again I will go to duplicate. I'll click on this particular duplicate tool. So we have to rename it again as inner wall as 4 inch, or we can go with the 5 inch too. Okay, I'll press OK. Then again what we have to do, we have to edit its structure value. So I'm going to click on edit. So now we have to change only its core or a structure thickness. So from 8 inch to we'll be going to 4 inch, which is going to create a 5 inch wall. So how to cross verify whether our wall is meeting up our requirement or not. So whatever the modifications I'm going to do, it is going to be get highlighted in our total thickness. So here we have our wall components detail. So which type of family it is? It is a basic wall type of family. So under that type, which type it is inner wall 5 inch. So the total thickness. So I'm going to change its total thickness now to 6 inch. Okay. So as soon as I change it's from 4 inch to 6 inch, you can see over here, it is showing us here as a 7 inch. So 6 inch is our core or a structure. So half inch of our plaster, which is going to make 7 inch. But what's our inner wall thickness is? It is of 5 inch. So I have to go with 4 inch. So this is how we are going to cross verify our wall thickness. Okay, I'll press OK. Then I'll press apply. Okay, and you can see it over here. So next what I have to do is that, so I'll start to place its wall. Okay, I will select this one, exterior wall. Then we have to look after options, whatever the option available options are there. So as you can see over here, I have selected wall component. So whatever the properties are there of that particular wall are going to be get highlighted over here. So you can see over here, we have a base constraint which starts from plinth level. Okay. And we have a top constraint which is unconnected. In the sense, if I place a wall, okay, so let me show you. I'm going to place a wall, and this particular wall height is not going to be defined. Okay, so it's a top constraint. Top constraint in the sense top boundary is not going to be get defined. So for that, what we have to do, we have to specify its top boundary from which bottom level to which top level it should be placed. So for that, what we'll be doing. So as soon as I select this particular wall, I am going to change its top constraint from unconnected to, as you can see over here, we have a level heights. Okay, so from which is our base constraint? Base constraint is our plinth level. So from plinth level, wall is going to be get placed till which level? To our ground level slab. I'll press OK and I'll start to place wall. So this is how we are going to place our wall with the help of grids. Okay, I'm going to place this particular wall to my grid. Okay, so let us see how it is going to look in 3D view. So to go to 3D view, we have two methods. So one is that we have to get into view tool palette. In this, we have a 3D view. So if I click on default 3D view, it is going to activate my 3D user interface. Or we have a shortcut key also in our quick access toolbar. So here we have a default shortcut key or shortcut button under quick access toolbar. As soon as I click on this, it is going to take us to the 3D interface, and I am going to set it to a particular view. Okay, to cross verify whether whatever the wall I have placed is following the rules which I have given to it or not. So I will select this particular wall. So as you can see over here, it started from plinth level and got ended at ground level slab. Yes. Whatever the rules or whatever the data I have given to it, it is following that particular data. So next one, what we have to do is that again I'm going to go to plinth view, and in this I'm going to add the interior walls. Now I will show you what if we didn't give it top constraint. Up to what level that particular wall going to be get placed at a top constraint. I'll go to architectural tool palette. I'll select wall. So under properties, we have a drop down button. I am going to click on this. Whatever the recently used components are there or walls will be there, those are going to be get highlighted at the bottom of this particular drop down menu. So I'm going to select that inner wall 5 inch. So I'll select it as unconnected and I'm going to place it somewhere over here. Okay. I'll select. Okay. Now what I'll be going to do, I'm going to go to my 3D view. Okay. So this is how these particular walls will be placed if we don't select its top constraint. So it will be having a undefined height. We can control it whenever we want, but before we place it, if we restrict it according to our height, it will be more save time. Okay. So what we have to do to restrict it again? Okay, to my top constraint, I'm going to select these all walls. As soon as I select in properties browser, whatever the properties related to that particular wall will be there, going to be get highlighted. So here top constraint is there from unconnected to I have to change it to ground level slab. I'll apply it, I'll place it. So this is how it is going to be get applied. This is how we are going to add our walls. And we are going to do the modifications with respect to our requirement, and we are going to change its thickness, and we are going to add layers or remove layers. This is all about wall. Now we have to see how many types of walls are. Any doubts till now? If you have any doubts, let me know. So next one is that to see how many types of walls are there, how it is going to be used in our particular projects. Okay. So what I'll be doing, I'll be going to link level. So on whichever one, on whichever level we have to work or a floor plan we have to work, we have to activate that particular floor plan. So how we are going to activate that particular floor plan is that Okay, let me ask them to give me a moment. So is my screen visible to you all? And I'm audible to you all. So what we have to do is that. So how to activate that particular floor plan on which we are going to work or on which we want to work. Okay. So what I'll be doing, I'll be activating 3D. Now I want to work on plinth level. So what we have to do is that we have to go to that plinth level, select it and double click on that. So we have to double click left side. Okay. So as soon as we double click on that, it is going to be get activated. And these four are our elevation tags, which acts as four default directions: east, west, north, south. In elevations, as you can see over here. And how to identify which elevation tag indicates which direction. To know that, select its tip or this particular end. So as soon as you select, in properties browser, you'll be coming to know that under identity data, which particular direction or elevation tag it is. And this is our view range. Whatever is in between this particular view range is going to be visible to our in our project. Okay. So next one is that, let's come back to the topic. So we have a types of walls under which I'm going to select this particular wall. I'll click on this drop down menu. As you can see over here, we have a curtain wall. Okay, so we have a curtain wall, we have a stacked wall. Okay, let's start with the curtain wall. So in curtain wall, we have three types. One is our curtain wall empty, curtain wall exterior glazing, curtain wall storefront. So what I'll be doing, I'm going to place all of them. Okay, I'll delete this one. Go to wall, I'll select this particular thing. So I'm going to place curtain wall empty first. Okay, till here I'm going to place curtain wall empty. After that, I'm going to select curtain wall exterior glazing. So from here to here, I'll place curtain wall exterior glazing. So next one is curtain wall storefront. Okay, so from here to here, place curtain wall exterior storefront. So to know the difference, we have to go to 3D interface. So as you can see over here, again, what was the mistake I have done? I have didn't specify its top constraint. For that, what I have to do is that I have to select these three walls, these three curtain walls. I have to change its top constraint to ground floor slab, as you can see over here. So this is our curtain wall with a empty one. Empty in the sense, or we don't have any sort of grid systems through which we are going with the help of those curtain grids where we are going to add movement. Okay. And in this particular curtain wall exterior glazing, so on the outer side we will be having a shining property of this particular wall. So this is our storefront, curtain wall storefront, which will be having a curtain grid system. Okay. So what we have to do is next is that, so I'm going to add grids to it, and after that I'm going to add volume to it. How to add grids? So to add grids, I'm going to go to architectural tool palette. Under architecture, we have to go to curtain grid. I'm going to select this curtain grid, and so in whichever direction you want to add, it may be horizontally or vertically, you can add it, and you can change its height too. Okay. This is how we are going to add. What I have to do, I am going to change it to 5 feet. I'll select this one and go to create similar next to Oh, so I have added over here. So I have added grids. Now I'm going to add mullions. Okay. So for that, in mullions, as soon as I select, we have a total three options. One is grid line, grid segment, or grid. So I will tell you what is grid line. So this particular entire line acts as a grid line. So whatever the line placed horizontally acts as a grid line. Next one is this particular, only this line is there in between these two grids. So this acts as our curtain mullion segment. Okay, so this is our mullion segment or a grid segment. Next to the entire, whatever the grids we are going to see is acting as a grid system. So I go to architectural in mullion. I will select mullion. In that I go to grid line. So first I'm going to place a grid line. As soon as I select, as you can see over here, it is getting highlighted under blue color. I'll select it and that particular mullion got placed. Next, what I will do, I'll go to grid line segment. I'll select this one and I'll select this particular grid line. So now this acting as a segment. I'll select this. Next one is that all grid line. I'll select this one. I'll select any one grid line. So it is going to place everywhere where are all our grid lines is there. I'll select this one. You can see over here. As soon as I select this particular edge one, so it is going to be get placed. So this is how we are going to place our types, place our curtain wall. So to that we are going to add grids, and to that particular grid we are going to add mullions. So any doubts till now? So if you have any doubts, let me know. So next one is our next type of wall is that our stacked wall. Okay, I will select this particular wall tool. So in this, our last, sir, how we can change glazing color? Okay, so what we have to do, let me go to 3D interface. I will select this one. We will be going to edit type. So in edit type, I'm going to duplicate it, and in this we have material. Where is the material? Okay. So I have duplicated this particular one. For that, we have to change its family type, sir. So then only it is possible to change its color. Otherwise, we have to change. We have to create type families type where with our required color. This is how we are going to change its color. So now we have a option of placing multiple profile mullions. As of now, I don't have different shape, but if we have means we can change this one circular mullion. Yeah, you can see over here, sir. We can change it according to our requirement. This is how we will be placing it. I don't have much families of that particular Boolean profile. You can change it. You can change it. This is how we are going to change. So here is our circular profile. With that, we have our rectangle profile too. This is how we are going to place or we are going to modify. So next one is our stacked walls. Okay, what are these? Let us start. So I'll select stacked wall. So I'll place it over here. First one. Next is stacked wall and stacked wall type cladding. Okay. So I'll go to 3D. As you can see, only base components. Okay, so it acts as a plain wall. Next one is that this acts with the base. It comes with a footing. With that, the structure material. Upon that, we will be having our wall material. So this is our third one with which it will come with the footing material, footing as a foundation. With that, it will come with a plinth beam. On that, we'll be having cladding structure. Upon that, we'll be having our wall. So we have these are our types of wall. So this is our basic wall, and this is our curtain wall type. So these total whatever these walls are there. These are our basic wall type. These three are our curtain wall type, and these three are our stacked wall type. So this is all about the wall types. So any doubts till now? Okay. Next one is that how we are going to place our doors and windows. Okay. How to place doors and windows. Okay. So under our architectural tool palette, we have a tool for window also separate, and we have a tool for door also. So as soon as I click on door, so whatever the default door will be there, it is going to be shown in our properties. So if you want to place this particular door only, just select this one and you can choose the size, whichever size you want, which are defaultly available. You can go with that. So what I will do, I will be going to place this particular door. As soon as I come on the interface, it is not allowing me to add that particular door. So do you know the reason why it is not allowing me to place a door? Because the door acts as a host based component until not going to be get placed. Okay, so let us see now how as soon as I move my cursor on wall, so that particular door is going to be get highlighted. So if I move away from the wall, then the door tool won't allow us to place that. Okay, so I'm going to place this particular door over here and select it and place it. Okay, where is our door? So here is my door. So this is how it is going to get placed. Okay, I'll go to clean plan, but I don't want this particular door. I want different type of door. So for that, what we have to do, I'm going to select door tool under architectural tool palette. Here we have a load family and model in place. So model in place comes when we have to model a door according to our requirement in that particular project. So if you have a library, so you want to place a door from your Revit library, then we will go with the load family. I'm going to click on this. So it will take me to the Revit library. So in this, we'll be having different types of libraries which are part of our Revit ecosystem. So here I have a folder of those. I'll select this one, and you can see over here. I have a multiple or different types of doors. So whichever I want, I'm going to select it and I'm going to place it. I will select this particular door. Good to see your nice. Mm, Yeah, I will select this one. Okay, I open it. So it is upgrading from 2010 to 2025. Okay, what I'll do, I'll place this over here and select this one and I'm going to place it. And I'm going to see in my 3D how it is going to look like. See here. This is how my door going to look like in 3D view. Next one is that I want to add now interior doors. Okay, for that what I have to do. So I'm going to select door type. Again, I will go back to load family and click on this. Here we have a interior doors too. Okay, so for that what I will be doing is that I will select here. You can see your internal doors. I'll select this one and I'll select this door. Yeah, I'll select this one, or we can go with this one. Okay, I'll select it. So this particular door got loaded. Now I want to place it. So as soon as I detect to wall, that particular door detect wall, it is going to show us. So I'm going to place it like this particular doors. This is how we are going to place our doors with the help of libraries too. Okay, but what if I want to modify its height or width? How we can do that? I'm going to that. So how we are going to modify its size? So it may be height or it may be our width. So for that, what we have to do, I'm going to select this particular door. I'll go to its edit type under properties browser. I'll click on edit type. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to duplicate it as main door. Okay. I'll press OK. Here you can see over here under dimension, only two things we have to change. Remaining everything will be get adjusted according to the height and the width. So width is going to be around, it is of double door. So let us make it as 7 feet, and height is going to be as 8 feet. For as of now, we will take it as 7 feet by 8 feet. I'll press OK. Okay. Let us see its preview too. As soon as I press apply, so this particular size has been changed. Okay, I'll press OK. You can see over here. So this was of 6 feet by 7 feet. We have changed it to 7 feet by 8 feet. So 8 feet here is our height of that particular door, and 7 feet is our width. Yeah, you can see over here the difference. You can see the difference. So this is how we are going to modify its dimension according to our requirement. Again, what if I want to change its size or a dimension also. I'll select that particular door. I'm going to edit its type. I'm going to duplicate it. Inner door, I'll select this and I'll go to dimensions. Here we have to change only 3.5 feet, that is of width, and height is of 6.5 feet. As of now, I'm just considering it randomly. So I have modified it and press OK. And you can see over here the modifications has been applied. So what if I don't want to place this door swing in interior side? I want to place it over exterior side. So for that, what we have to do, we have to select that particular door and press space. So it is going to be get adjusted wherever you want. So it gets rotated in 360-degree direction. So wherever you want, there you can place its swing direction. If you press space, it is going to change its swing direction. This is how we are going to change its swing direction and going to do the modification. So everything will be same with respect to our placing of Windows tool. What I will be doing is that I'm going to click on any doubts? Any doubts till now? Aman Bannani sir, how we can select the size of the door? We can select in the sense we can modify it according to our requirement. Defaultly, if we have any door sizes, it is going to show us. Otherwise, we are going to modify it. Okay, let me show that. I'll select a door. As you can see over here, so these are our default door sizes. So this is our door internal. Its name is it. So this is external door. This is again internal door. So you can select any of these dimensions as defaultly and you can place it. Otherwise, what we have to do is that we have to duplicate it. Then we have to modify its dimension according to our requirement. So any doubts till now? Shall we continue? So next one is our placing of windows. So the procedure will be same. So we have to go to our architectural tool palette. Under that we have our windows. I'm going to select it. Whichever default window will be there, it is going to be get highlighted. But we want different one. For that, what we'll be doing, we are going to load that particular window family. I'm going to click on load family. Then we have to search window folder. So where is our window folder? Here is our window folder. I'll double click on that. So whichever our required window there or shape is there, size is there, different types is there. So we are going to select it and we are going to place it. So I want this particular folder. Okay, I'll open it. Yes, this particular window came. So I'll select its 30. So this particular one, I'll select it. I'll place it over here. Okay, and we'll be seeing in 3D how it is going to look like. So this is our window which got placed. And the seal height will be taken defaultly. If you want to modify it, we'll be selecting this particular window and under properties browser, you can see over here. If you want to change it, we can change it according to our requirement or whichever is found. I want few more. I want to add a corner window to this particular project. What I'll be doing, I'll go to load family. In this, I have a corner window. I'll select this one. I'll open this. This is the planes level. So take and select this one and I'll add this. So the same will be how it my corner window is just look like. As you can see, this is how the corner window is going to look like. And if you want to change its dimension, again I will go to its edit type. I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to rename it. Press OK. Then I'm going to change its width from 3 feet to 4 feet, height 6 feet, or let it be 5 feet. So default still height, let it be width 2 in the sense, yes. So totally we have 2 widths. Okay, 7, apply. Okay, and press OK. You can see over here. This is how it got placed. This is how we are going to place our doors and window, and we are going to do the modifications according to our requirement, and we are going to change it. So if it is our door, then we are going to change its swing direction in whichever direction we want. And if you have any modifications with respect to windows also, we are going to do that. So any doubts till now? If you have any doubts, let me know. So let me continue with the next topic. So that is of our creation of floor. Okay. So what I'll be doing is that as I'm on planes level, so next is in floor. I'm going to create a architectural floor. So for that we have to go to architecture. In architecture we have a floor build. Under build we have a floor. So I'm going to select the architectural floor. Then we are going to draw its boundaries. So before we draw boundaries, we have to remember 3 rules in Revit whenever we try to create any boundary. Okay, so the boundary should not overlap. The boundary should be having a closed loop and it should not have intersections. What are So what happens if we didn't follow these 3 rules means it does not allow us to create any sort of component. So it may be our roof, or it may be our floor, or it may be any other components in Revit. So for that, what I'll be doing, so for that, I'm going to take pick a line option. I'm going to select its boundaries. Okay, I'll select this. What I'm going to do is that now we have not done one rule. Okay, so it doesn't contain any closed loop. What if I try to finish it off? Okay, so what is the notification? It came over here. Line line must be in a closed loop. The highlighted lines are open on one end. Okay, so it does not allow us to create that particular component. So for that, what we have to do, we have to create a closed loop. So next one is that it should not contain any intersections. Okay, again, if I try to close it off or finish it off, what it is showing us, lines cannot intersect each other. The highlighted lines currently intersect. So as you can see over here, so this is our intersection line. And next one is our overlap. So as soon as it gets overlapped, so what will be the pop-up notification on warning? Highlighted lines overlap. Line may not form closed loop. Okay. So this is how it is going to give us the warnings. So by knowing that also or unknowingly, if we try to finish it off, so again that particular notification gets popped up as line cannot intersect each other. Okay. So for that, what we will have to do, we have to select and we have to delete that overlap boundary. So now what I want to do is that I'm going to change its now I have created a boundary. Now I will finish it off first. Okay. I have created a flow. As you can see over here, whenever it got matched, compiled with those three roles, that particular component is ready to see or ready to get applied. And you can see over here. So this is how our floor got placed. So now I want to change its thickness or depth. So I will select this particular flow. I go to edit type. I will duplicate it. I will type it as length 3 feet. Okay. I'll press OK. I'll go to structure edit type. In that, we have to delete few of the layers which are unnecessary for Indian region or for our standardization. Then we are going to add few more layers which are necessary for us. I'll select this one membrane layer, thermal membrane again, and I'm going to delete this particular layer also, which is of no use. So next one is that I will, yeah, this should be there. So I have to change its thickness type. So what is our plinth thickness is? That is our 3 feet. So what I'll be going to do, I'm going to add structure concrete precast thickness as 2.5 feet, means 2 feet 6 inch. Then I'm going to add finish it as 6 inch. In that we'll be going to add our floor at the end. So as you can see over here in preview, we can see over here, this is our 2 feet 6 inch concrete precast base. On that we have a concrete sand or cement screen of a 6 inch. So this is our correct plinth depth or a dimension. So now you can see it in a 3D view by placing it to a particular view. As you can see over here, it started with plinth level, it is flowing down with the 3 feet height. This is how we are going to do the modifications with respect to our requirement to our floor. Sorry, to our floor. Then next, any doubts till now? Please ask if you have any doubts, means. So any difficulties in understanding the topics? So next one is our creation of a roof. Okay. So in roof we have a two types of roof. One is our slope roof. Next one is a flat roof. Okay. So for that I'm going to go to architectural tool palette under roof. I have a different type of roof types. In that I will go with the roof by footprint. I select this particular roof type and I have to create boundaries, and with that I have to remember those three groups. Okay, I'll select this particular boundary and I'm going to place this over here. If I want overhang in the sense it will be get overhanged with respect to wall or the boundary which we are going to create. So 3 feet, I'll select this particular boundary and I'm going to give its a boundary and or I'm going to create boundary. So whatever these triangle shapes are there, which are going to which are indicating it is a slope roof. As soon as I finish this, I have to select this. I have to place it to the ground floor plan. I have to go to my 3D view. So this is how my roof is going to be get placed. If it is my slope roof. So next what we have to do is that we have to attach these walls to this particular roof. So for that what we have to do is that we have to go to select this particular wall. So I'm going to I'm going to do the modifications. Okay. So I'll select this particular wall and I'm going to right click, select in entire project. What I have to do, so attach top or base. I'll select this one to what I'm going to attach to the roof. So I'm going to select roof. As soon as I select it, these particular walls are going to be get attached to that particular roof. This is how our slope roof looks like. If you want to modify it or if you don't want slope roof, then we are going to change its defined slopes. Okay, so for that I'm going to do the modifications. I will select edit roof footprints. So I'm going to turn off all these four defined slopes. I will select all four boundaries and I'm going to uncheck this particular defined slope. As soon as I uncheck and as soon as I finish this, so my slope roof gets converted to my flat. This is how my roof is going to be get placed. So any doubts still now? So next one is to add a gutter in the sense whenever it rains, so it will pass those all rainwaters pass through that particular gutter space. So it is also a type of which we usually use in the yes. So I'm going to architectural tool palette. In roof we have a gutter. Okay, I'll delete this. As soon as I come near to any piece or edge of that particular floor, so it is going to get. So this is how we are to add gutter to my roof. It is going to be get placed, which acts as the passing way to our rain water. And next one is our, let me delete this one. So next one is our fascia, which is going to act as an extra layer for my face. So as you can see, so this is how it is going to add an extra layer or extra face to this particular add fascia. Again, I'm going to add soft. So one, two, three, four. We use for our slope group, and you can see an extra layer for over here. So this is how we are going to add that particular type of roof pipe. Really good for Yeah, sorry for the glitch. So we had some technical issue. So what I have to do is that, so I'm going to change this particular flat roof to slope roof. What I'll be going to do is that, so I'll select this particular boundary. Select this. I'm going to do edit its boundaries. I'll select it. I'm going to turn on its define slope. Then I'm going to add it, and you can see it over here. I'll delete this. Next, what I have to do, I'm going to go to architecture, so fit lab group edges. So I'm going to add a fit over here, and I'm going to finish it. And you can see it over. Whatever the angle dimension was there, so it is going to be get removed. So there we will be having a covered up area. So I'll just modify it according to requirement. I'll edit boundaries. I'll turn on finish this out in the, and you can see it over here. So this is how it is going to cover up that particular slope area. This is how we are going to use different types of roofs for our requirement, and we can change it from slope roof to flat roof at any time and vice versa. So any doubts till now? So after this, what we have to do, we are going to add some structural components. So structural components in the sense we are going to add columns, we are going to add beams, and we are going to create a footing. Okay. So for that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add column. I'm going to go to structure. So here I'm going to select column. So usually we'll be having defaultly in structure in architectural template, we'll be having I section as the default one. If we don't have any structural component, so we are going to load it. Okay. So here we'll be having structural folder. In that we'll be having our structural components. I'll cover it up in the next class. Dormer and all we'll be covering up in the next class. So here is our structure folder, columns, concrete. I'm going to select this and I'm going to place it. Okay. Open. So again, what I'll to do is that one thing we have to remember that whenever we work in a structural design, so whatever the components, whatever the column is there, whichever we place, it starts from depth level. Means it starts from height to top constraint to bottom constraint. So we have to change it. So we are going it from depth to height. Now you can see it over here. So I'm going to add a column over here. Okay. Just for reference, I'm placing it over here. Okay. So Let us see how it is going to look like. So this is how our column going to look like whenever we place our columns as our structural component. And next, what we have to do, we have to add footing to it. Okay. So here we have a isolated footing or wall-based footing. So for that, I will go with the isolated footing. So again, I have to load it. If we don't have, I think I don't have the footing. So procedure will be same. We are going to add that particular family as our footing one. So we are going to load it and then we are going to add it. So next one is our beam. I'll select this particular beam. So as of now, I don't have any beam. Let me see if I have any beam. Beam there. Configuration. So I will load it and I'm going to place it wherever required. You have to. Oh, so I go to structure team. I have already one. I have loaded. So from here to here, I place this. Go to place there. Go to green. I have to change its height to. Okay. So plane level of your slab. Select this. Enter point. So in that, going to modify or align this particular column. And let us see. Yes, this is how it is going to be get placed our structural component. B. Okay, so I go to my 3D view and we can see it over here. So this is how we are going to place our structural components and we are going to create our structural model. And next one is, let me select these, delete. Go to plane level. So next is our visibility graphics. How we are going to change it's how we are going to turn on, turn off all our structural components or our architectural components or anything maybe with respect to this particular view. Now I have a structural components. Okay, now I don't want to see these all structural components. So to go to visibility graphics, shortcut key is VG. So as soon as I click on this particular uh, VG or this particular, when I get into this particular visibility graphics dialog box, I'll be having all the authority to make things visible or hide. So now I don't want to see columns. I'll turn it off. I'll apply it. Okay, and I'm going to hide it. Okay. So whatever the changes, whatever the filtration method there, whatever its fill patterns are there, whatever its exterior textures are there, we can control it by anything. Okay. So structure is there, light, people. Okay. So in this, we are going to do each and everything whichever are required or whichever are unwanted. We are going to hide it out, or if we had anything, we are going to do this with the help of visibility graphics. Okay. So let us see structure. I'll turn it off. I'll override line patterns. Okay. After I'll apply it. Okay. I will be changing its textures too. So the whatever our projection or surface related properties are there, it may be our line or patterns or transparency, or it's a cut line pattern, or it may be our fill pattern is there, or whatever the detail level, those all things can be controlled with the help of our visibility graphics. So next one is to add dimension to these particular components. So for that, we have to go to annotate tab. So from there, it allows us to add the dimension. So I'm going to go to annotate tab. Here we have the types of dimensioning tools. So from which we are going to add the dimension. So here we have total two types of dimensioning. With one is our temporary dimensioning and second one is our permanent dimensioning. So this is our temporary dimensioning tool, so by which we can come to know the distance between any two components and we can place it. But as soon as I press escape, it is going to be get hide or it is going to be get vanished. So this is our temporary dimension system. So next one is our permanent dimension system. So for that, we are going to go to annotate tab. In that we have align tool. So in this we have different types of dimensioning tools, which is align, linear, angular, radial, diameter, arc, like this. So whatever the dimension you want to measure, which is going to act as our permanent dimensioning mark, dimensioning tool. So here we are going to add dimension for annotation purpose. So I'm going to add the dimension. Like this, we are going to add our permanent dimensions. Whatever dimension it may be. So this is how we are going to add the dimensions. And if you want to change its style too, so select that particular dimension, then go to its properties, select over here, then you can change it according to your requirement. Okay. So now I want diagonal 1.8 in the text, like so that particular style will be get applied to that particular dimension. I want it over here, art line like this. Whatever you want, you can try it out whenever you get time. Okay, so this is how we are going to do the modifications with respect to our dimensions. So next one is our view. Let Yeah, crop views. So what will be our crop view? So for that, what I will be doing, I'll be creating a duplicate. Okay, so this is my duplicate view. I will rename it. Then we will copy. Okay. So for our reference, what I want to do is that I'm going to delete these all things, all dimensions, select and delete this. Okay. Now I want to show only this particular door and this particular wall intersection. So for that, what I will be doing, I'm going to properties. So in properties, in extent, I have a crop view. I'll turn it on. I'll turn it crop view. Okay. Okay. So I'll turn on view, crop view, crop region visible, then annotate crop. I'll press apply. So this is our crop boundary. So now I want to see only this much area. For that, what I'll be doing, I'll be restricting this particular view to only to see whatever visible in between this crop view. Okay. Then what is the next step is that I'm going to turn on these particular two things. So you can see over here. Now I am able to view only the cropped region, whichever I want. So that particular components are visible to my eyes or in this particular project. So this is how we are going to crop that particular views or a region for better detailing purposes. So this is all about today's session. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. So do you have any doubts till now, whatever we have discussed? So please check on the software. So take time. So I'll be here till 12. So if you find any difficulties in understanding the topic, so let me know. Okay. Okay, sir. I will ask my team to create a WhatsApp group so where you can share your doubts and all. Okay, thank you. Thank you all. So we can conclude the session. So meet you tomorrow.